Welcome to AI Prompts for Playful Learning, presented by GEAR, a program offered by the Office of Early Childhood. My name is Lisa Seals, and I am a member of the ACE's Professional Development School Improvement Unit. I will be your facilitator for this session. In our previous session, we explored how technology can be used intentionally and playfully with young children. In this module, we will take that conversation one step further by exploring how educators can use artificial intelligence, or AI, as a tool to support creativity, planning, and playful learning opportunities. Throughout this session, we will focus on keeping developmentally appropriate practice, hands-on learning, and meaningful relationships at the center of our work with children. As you move through this module, think about how AI tools might support the work you're already doing as an educator. The goal is not to replace meaningful teaching practices, but rather to explore how AI can support intentional planning, playful experiences, and creative thinking. Artificial intelligence, or AI, refers to digital tools that generate responses, ideas, images, or text based on prompts or questions provided by the user. Examples of AI tools educators may hear about include ChatGPT, Magic School AI, Canva AI tools, and other digital planning supports. In early childhood education, AI should be viewed as a support tool for educators, not as a replacement for teaching, relationships, or play-based learning. Educators remain the decision makers who determine whether the ideas are appropriate, meaningful, and responsive to children's needs and interests. As we explore AI tools, it is important to ground our thinking in developmentally appropriate practice. Young children still learn best through play, movement, relationships, exploration, and hands-on experiences. AI should never replace these opportunities. Instead, AI can support educators by helping generate ideas, extend children's interests, and save time planning. It is still the educator's responsibility to review, adapt, and thoughtfully implement any ideas generated by AI tools. AI tools can support educators in many practical ways. They can help brainstorm playful learning invitations, generate open-ended discussion questions, adapt activities for different learners, and even assist with family communication or documentation. For example, if children become interested in insects after an outdoor play, an educator can use AI to help generate sensory activities, dramatic play ideas, art experiences, or science explorations connected to that interest. The key is that AI supports the educator's creativity and planning process while children continue learning through active, meaningful experiences. One of the most effective ways to use AI in early childhood education is by connecting it to the children's current interests and play themes. Educators can use AI prompts to generate ideas for dramatic play, sensory experiences, outdoor learning, storytelling, art, movement, and problem solving. Here is an example of a prompt an early childhood educator may try, along with the AI-generated response. Take a moment to read through the prompt and the AI response. Notice that the technology is supporting educator planning, while the actual learning experience remains hands-on, social, creative, and play-based. There are 5 parts to making a great AI prompt. The first is to define the goal. What do you want the AI to create or help with? Clear goals lead to better results. Next, identify the age group or audience. This helps the AI tailor language, complexity, and tone appropriately. Third is play type or activity type. This describes the style of engagement you want, such as creative play, sensory play, or cooperative learning. Fourth, Specify the learning focus. Think about the skills or the concepts you want to support, like creativity, problem solving, language development, or social emotional growth. Finally, you may want to include materials or resources available. This helps the AI generate realistic and usable ideas based on what you already have. When these 5 elements are combined, you create a focused, detailed prompt that produces clearer, more useful AI-generated responses. A weak prompt often leads to weak results. Consider this prompt. Give me some preschool activities. And now let's look at a stronger one. Create 3 hands-on preschool sensory activities about transportation that support language development and use simple classroom materials. When prompts are vague, the AI has to guess what you want. A weak prompt usually lacks clear goals, audience details, context, or specific expectations. As a result, the response may feel generic, off-topic, or incomplete. Strong prompts, on the other hand, provide structure, purpose, and guidance. They tell the AI exactly what kind of response is needed, whose it's for, and what should be included. In short, better prompts lead to better results. Clear input creates clearer, more useful AI-generated responses. Now that we've explored examples of AI prompts for playful learning, take some time to engage with the process yourself. If you have access to an AI-approved tool, choose one of the prompts off the next slide and enter it into a platform. As you review the response, think critically about which ideas feel meaningful, hands-on, and developmentally appropriate for young children. Consider how you might adapt the ideas to better fit your classroom, children's interests, or learning goals. If you are not currently using AI tools, you can still participate by selecting one of the prompts and reflecting on how it could support your own planning process. Think about where these ideas might connect to your current curriculum, classroom themes, or child's interests. As you reflect, remember that the goal is not to let AI plan for us. Instead, AI can serve as a brainstorming partner that supports educator creativity, intentional planning, and playful learning opportunities. This activity is also available in a document linked to our online module on the website. Not every AI-generated idea will be appropriate or meaningful for young children. Educators should carefully review all suggestions through a developmentally appropriate lens. As you evaluate ideas, ask yourself whether the experience encourages hands-on exploration, creativity, movement, interaction, and problem solving. Consider whether children remain active participants in the experience rather than passive consumers. It is also important to think about ethical and responsible AI use. Educators should never input confidential or identifying information about children into AI platforms. AI-generated responses may also contain inaccuracies or biases, which means educator review remains essential. Professional judgment, relationships, observation, and responsive teaching practices should always guide classroom decisions. Take a few minutes to create your own AI prompt connected to a current classroom interest or theme. As you reflect, think about how children would actively participate in the experience and how the activity could support creativity, communication, problem-solving, movement, or social interaction. Remember, the most meaningful early childhood experiences are still rooted in play, exploration, and relationships. Families may have questions or concerns about AI and technology use in early childhood classrooms. Open communication can help families better understand how technology tools are being used intentionally and responsibly. Sharing examples of hands-on learning, play extensions, and child-centered experiences can help reinforce that technology is supporting, not replacing, meaningful learning. As we close this session, remember that AI is simply one more tool educators can use to support thoughtful planning and creativity. What remains most important in early childhood education is unchanged: relationships, play, exploration, communication, and joyful learning experiences. When used intentionally and responsibly, AI can help educators extend children's interests and create engaging opportunities for meaningful, playful learning. Professional learning is available at no cost to you, your staff, and families. Please contact Lisa Seals at lseales@aces.org to inquire. This completes our session, AI Prompts for Playful Learning, presented by GEAR, a program offered by the Office of Early Childhood.